All right, toy fans. I'm here with another one of our reviews. Now, I got this in the mail the other day, and I was not expecting this to come in so soon. Now, I've kind of pulled back from quite a bit of action figures, but I still get action figures, and the GIJoe Classified line is one that I'm actually getting quite a bit of. I still like them very, very much. And they had, I think it was Sci-Fi, Mainframe, Desert Scorpion, oh man, Wetsuit, a bunch of them all lined up. And I was like, well, I could get two. Mainframe was one of them. Now I never had Mainframe as a kid. It was one that I always had on my list, something I always wanted. So when I was able to get it was not Mainframe, it was Data Frame, and I believe Storm Shadow in a 2-pack, or no, it was Beachhead and Data Frame. I got it as soon as I could, and I absolutely loved the figure. I thought it was great, but I was like, hey, this is cool, but I also wanted Mainframe, and they had to change the name. It was all sorts of stuff, but this particular classified version toy harkens back to, classic G.I. Joe, which is what we want, right? G.I. Joe with a touch of some dramatic modern flair to it. This figure is, if this hasn't become the figure of the year, and I know Monkey Wrench is high on that list. I know a lot of people love Monkey Wrench, and I have Monkey Wrench as well. I absolutely love that figure, but this one surprised me quite a bit. Now I've already opened this thing up. I've already opened it up. I've already looked at it. I've already kind of played. But we're going to look at the packaging. And because he's not in a windowless box, he's in a windowed box, I had to put everything back so we can kind of take a look. Presentation wise, there's a lot of really good stuff here. You've got the extra head. You've got, of course, his mug there for Blaine Mainframe Parker. Of course, you've got the helmet, the classic helmet, some tools here. Got a pistol, a knife, another suitcase tool here. We get a cool data pad on his side. We get all these pieces that talk about the things that he does. Had to scan that to get, I guess, file cards now, which it's okay. Got a nice picture of him on the back. Now it's a picture of him with the cap, and he's got his computer and stuff out. This is obviously a computer render, so it's not the actual toy. But I will go ahead and tell you, they're not far off. And then we get a picture over here of the illustration of Blaine Mainframe Parker. And that's pretty much it. This is 178 out of the series. 178 right there. In the back, you got legalese and all that. I ended up getting mine off of Amazon. So I didn't go through Hasbro Pulse or anything like that. I mean, I've got, I had to wait. I mean, I have it, but I had to wait till Christmas. I can't review it yet. But Crankcase and the All Striker, that's all stuff that I'm going to have to wait on. But as I get them in, we'll open them up. We'll review them. Wetsuit's coming on later on this month, so we'll probably have that GIJoe figure up for review as well, and I'll pull some other things. I need to get rid of some toys. I need to open some things up. So let's open this bad boy up. I did do a TikTok of the opening of this, and I got to tell you, this is a cool figure. It really is. Okay, so put them over here. Out of this, we do get our tray. We get wire. We get all sorts of accessories here. We're gonna go ahead and pull out Blaine Mainframe Parker right here. Now, he has all the classic telltale signs of GIJoe classified articulation. We've got, the ball hinge shoulder. We've got the turning biceps that's done right here at the sleeve curves. We got a really good butterfly this time. And on this side, it's hidden really well. This side's a little more visible, but we do have a butterfly. Articulation is good on these. We got the pinless double jointed elbows. We can pull that arm way up. We do have wrist turning, and we even have a pivot on the hand here, so that way he can size up his pistol a little bit better. On this hand, we do have the turn, and then the wrist does turn in. Now, this one, because of the gauntlet, it doesn't want to turn in anymore. However, it does open up really well. We do have a holster here. It's a pistol holster, and this thing does turn, so you can turn it however you want. He does have the ab crunch, and he has, pieces of parts that go over these areas of articulation, but it's not hindered. He does have a little bit of the waist movement. He does have this harness that goes over everything. Now, there's no paint app on the belt or the buckle here, but this buckle sits fairly well on it. It's not something I'm too worried about. However, I'd like for this to fit just a little bit over his belt, a little bit more. There we go. I think covering that up would have been, I think that's kind of key. You really don't want to see the underside because there's not a lot there. You do have the, of course, the ball jointed legs there. Nothing seems to be hindered. You have the turn on the thighs. Keep in mind this is attached, so you can only go so far. Do have the pinless double hinged knees along with the ankle rockers. So you got the ankle pivot and then the rockers as well that allows the foot to turn. So you can get lots of really good poses out of this. A lot of good poses. Same thing over here. You've got, of course, the same thigh cut articulation right over here. But again, this belt, you can't go a certain distance because it will cause problems. Now, you can spin them however you want. But, I mean, you're not going to turn your thigh all the way around anyways. That's kind of weird. And if you do, I don't want to know you. No, I'm playing. If you do, man, take a picture. Send it to me. I think that'd be kind of wild if you could turn your thigh all the way around. And not like you can turn your thigh and do this, but like you can spin that thing all the way around. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so detail stuff. He's got these cables here. It's almost like old coax cables on his belt. He's got, you know, the eagle, the printing. He's got some tech up here. He's got, of course, the tech with printing on his gauntlet, which is pretty cool. He does have a holster over here, and a scabbard here. So let's get all the parts out. Let's do that. I'm not going to be keeping this box. So for me, it's like, yeah, if I beat it up, tell it what's up, that's, you know, not going to bother me whatsoever. Like I said, I've already taken this thing out. I've already played, and it is a solid action figure. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it is a solid action figure. Okay, let's bring this down just a little bit more. We'll take a look at him right here. Okay, so with that, he does have that classic Mainframe helmet. You know, I was debating because I like this head as well. It was one of those I was like, you know, which one do I want to do? I think if he rides an All Striker, he might be wearing one of these. But that classic helmet is just as good. Actually, that classic helmet it's pretty tight. I dig that. He does have that holster here, so you can take the weapon. It's just kind of a basic pistol. But you can take that weapon, you can size them up in this holster, and it does have a clip, and it clips fairly nice. It's not like, you know, what Indiana Jones's holster we had problems with. No, it was his whip holster. That's what it was. It wouldn't clip down. Of course, you got the knife over here. Fits in that scabbard really well. And then over here, you do have this tool right here. So this is like a little radio thing. And it does have printing on it. It says calling. It's hard to see there, but that fits over there in that holster. So you've got all these wonderful pieces and parts. Now, the backpack does have a gray pad underneath. And this is curved in just a little bit. Of course, it's a peggable backpack. He does have, let's see, I believe it fits in, is it this one? Or, hold on. There's one size that fits in one. I think it goes like that. That one fits there. This one fits here. And this almost works as a communication thing. So it's got scanning, it's got connection, and it's got active right here. It's got a fan, all sorts of like little printed pieces on here. And this thing, well, actually, I think I had it turned up this way, and that actually fits in to the side of his backpack. And so if he wants, you can take that down. He can put on something else. It's got a little exclamation point. And I see that, and it reminds me of Metal Gear with the gear guys going wing, and their exclamation point going above their head. So it's nice. It feels like a little nice nod to that. And this backpack goes on. Pretty solid. This is, in my opinion, a great action figure. I love the look of this guy. Okay, and then, of course, he has a laptop. Now, normally with our laptops, suitcases, things like that, we've got the problems where we got the plastic that's wearing out over time from opening and closing it. I cannot wait to show you this. Look, hinged, absolutely hinged laptop. How cool is that? Hinged, it has a really nice decal here that's already set into place. Got some buttons over here, so you've got a full keyboard with a mouse track over here. You've got The handle, you've got this hinged keyboard piece, and then on the side, you can take, now mine, I don't think it's supposed to come out all the way, but mine does. And I kind of feel like maybe we should have had something that would have stopped this. But you've got this access, and it's got like almost like a fingerprint system on the side. But you do have a side panel that pops out as well. I guess you could take that, and maybe they have it to where it'll plug into something else. But yeah, you've got this cool access feature laptop, and it's a little bit different in that, you know, it has that design which his original. See if we can get the X on there. There we go. His original computer actually, I think, had like a little X underneath. The way it was put together, it had legs that popped out. This one is got a lot of that design in it, but it is a full laptop. You can put that in his hand just like that. Pretty cool. As a matter of fact, if we were to pop off this head, now the head switch out. So the peg on this guy is a little tight. It is very tight. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. So I'll probably be dropping just a tad bit of oil on these heads, so they fit just a little bit better. But there you go. You got them like this. So I'll probably display them with this helmet or that hat. Put that helmet in his hand like that, and he's ready to go to InfoWar, buddy. InfoCon 37. No, InfoCon 67. Oh, that's ridiculous. But look, he's got really beautiful like silvering on his badges here. The all these like tags and pieces. I mean, the coloring on this, it's simple in that it's gray, but man, oh man, oh man, does this figure shine in those small subtle details. There's a little bit of texturing on the print of his pants to make it feel like canvas, which is nice. There's of course, you know, the hat lines or the sew lines on the bill of the hat. There's the raised portion on the hat for the patch. There's the like the metallic almost pocket protector over here. And then, you know, even the double over clasp on his shirt. The pinups over here. I mean, this thing is chock full of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful design. The way it goes down over his boots and sets is nice. I've got a paint mishap right here on mine, but it's still not that noticeable. So it's like one of those where it's like, should I be mad? And I'm like, nah, not too mad. And you even have, you know, some kind of pickup and pinup on his collar here. And the face sculpt is, let's see if we can get close to that. The face sculpt there is amazing. This really is a solid action figure. It's one of those I was like, you know, as soon as I saw that they were doing Mainframe, I said, you know what, it's a tough call, but it's not so tough that I can't just go ahead and get it. And something else I noticed right here. Something I just noticed. Let's see. That goes. Let's see. Does it go here? Boom. If you want. Wow. That is awesome. Okay. So there is a bit of a dip in here. And that's meant to capture that. Put that on his back. And he can run with the laptop all on his back. Score, Hasbro. Seriously. You finally outdid yourself. You got some integrated stuff. Of course, if you wanted to open this up, you'd have to take it out to open it up. But, you know, you open it up. You can plug and play and put things where you need to. And it can all fit on his backpack. So that can store up on a vehicle. Then have to wear it on his back. That is an amazing, amazing, amazing figure. I love the addition of the hat with the headphones. Now, keep in mind, the headphones do not come off. That is solid. It's on there. It's not coming off. We have this head over here. We've got some other headsets from other figures. If we wanted to take the hat off, just use a regular head and put a headset on, we could do that. That might have been a nice addition, but at the same time, you know, with everything else that we got, it might have been too much as well. And the hat with the headphones is kind of a solid look. Like, it's kind of hard to go any further than that, to be quite honest. In my opinion, it is a must-have for any GI Joe fan. I got mine off of Amazon. I definitely say you probably want to get it there. I'll add this to the shop. So if you go down to my link there, purchase it through my affiliate link, it gives me a little bit of credit back. It really does help in the long run. Please, please, please go and get it there. That's all I got to say about Blaine Mainframe Parker from the Hasbro GIJoe Classified line. This is a solid action figure. If you're really into GI Joe, you want a tech person, this is the person to get. It really is. And since I have Cobra's Techno Vipers, which is their tech people, now I got a GIJoe Tech person. We can battle tech to tech, right? That's the way it goes. All right, enough said about this figure. Solid figure, definitely worth picking up. Thank you all for showing up and checking out my show. I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There is nothing you can do about it. Happy putting this figure together, I guess, and good luck with the toy hunt. I'll see you later.